Oh, hey, Lori.
This document just came in for you.
Really? Wow, okay. Oh, look at this, Steve. We've been sued in the Eastern District of Texas Marshall Division for patent infringement. That Eastern District of Texas is a hotbed of litigation.
Yeah, I'm not surprised we've been sued there again. There's thousands of cases filed in that district court every single year. In fact, almost half of all patent infringement suits are filed in the Eastern District of Texas.
Yeah. In fact, just recently, a late-night comedian did a whole skit on the litigation in Marshall, Texas. But you know what? It's not funny for AT&T. We're going to have to spend a lot of time, effort, and money to defend this. In fact, we need to know if any of the vendors' products are implemented here.
Yeah, hopefully a supplier is obligated to defend and indemnify us in this case. But let's take a look at the complaint first. As usual, it looks like another bare bones notice pleading.
Certainly does.
Yep, see here, AT&T is the only named defendant and has been alleged to infringe a U.S. patent relating to a method for voice-activated navigation services.
As I said, let's go through these allegations. Luckily, the complaint's not too long. Before we send this over to our patent litigation team down in Dallas, as you recall, we have a duty to promptly let a vendor know if its product or services are alleged to infringe a third-party patent.
Yeah, you know what? Let's take a look at one of the patent claims. Susan, it appears after a quick review, this patent targets AT&T's connected car. The patent covers a voice-activated navigation system for providing driving directions. The second step of the invention is about accessing a map database to get driving directions. I think AT&T probably buys this service from one of its suppliers. The step of receiving could occur at the supplier service platform, and the step of activating could consist of the supplier sending a signal to activate the GPS navigation device.
Yeah, but you know what? There are other claims in this patent infringement case. Look at Claim 1. Here, the patent requires that map service be used with a system that recognizes driver's spoken request and then converts that to computer instruction. It might be that the connected car is implicated here because that adds voice recognition features.
Yeah, it looks like the two claims here cover a combination and a non-combination. The combination being the supplier service in combination with our voice recognition technology. I think we're going to need to get a hold of the supply chain folks and ask them for the relevant contracts.
You know what? I have a contact over in supply chain. Let me get them on the line right now.
Good.
Hi, Lori. It's Susan. I'm here with Steve. We've just been sued again for patent infringement. This time, the suit targets our connected car, its GPS feature. I'm wondering, what vendors do we use for that service?
The main vendor we use in the AT&T connected car for GPS applications is GPS Co. Inc. GPS Co. provides a map database and driving direction service. I'll send over the MSA to you and Steve and highlight the IP indemnity obligation.
That'd be great, Lori. Thank you.
Great. Can't wait to see what she has for us. Hey, Susan, I've got the master agreement with GPS Co. I looked at the infringement indemnity. Thankfully, I don't think it's been negotiated. There hasn't been any significant changes to it. I think we should put GPS Co. on notice that they owe us an indemnity obligation with regard to this lawsuit.
Hey, at least as it relates to the patent claim that focuses on their map database service, GPS Co. provided the infringing item, its products doing what the patent claims, and it's using a map database to obtain driving directions.
Looks good. You know what? Let's take a closer look at the IP indemnity clause in the supply agreement.
You know what? GPS Co. provided
Section
the infringing
18.
item.
It states
its
supplier
products
shall
doing what the
identify,
patent
hold
claims,
harmless,
and
defend
it's
the
using a map
identified party
database to obtain
against
driving
any loss
directions.
resulting from,
Looks good.
arising
You know what?
out
Let's
of,
take a
or relating
closer
to
look
any
at the IP
allegation,
indemnity
threat,
clause in the
demand,
supply
or lawsuit
agreement.
You know what?
relating to
Here it
any
is,
patent
Section
in combination
18.
with the
It
material and
states
services.
supplier shall
But,
identify,
Steve,
hold
we're not done
harmless,
there.
and defend
Let's
the
take a look.
indemnified
There's
party
exceptions
against any loss
to the
resulting
obligation
from, arising
GPS
out
code
of, or relating to
post
any
AT&T.
allegation,
Those
threat,
exceptions
demand,
are
or
found
lawsuit relating to any patent in combination with the material and services.
With respect to any
But,
claim,
Steve, we're not done there.
shall not
Let's
include
take a look. There's
liability or
exceptions
obligation
to the
extent
obligation
that,
GPS
A,
code
use of the materials and
owes to
services
AT&T. Those
by the
exceptions are
identified
found
parties
here
in
in
contravention
Section
of
C.
this agreement.
Supplier's liability
Two,
and
any
obligations
modifications or
with respect to any
alterations
claim
but done by the
referenced shall not
identified parties
include
that is not
liability or
authorized by
obligation
supplier.
to the
And
extent
thirdly,
that A,
adherence
use
to
of the
the
materials and
identified parties'
services
specifications.
by the indemnified parties in
Great. I have a feeling that that we didn't modify the supplier's product, that we didn't order the supplier's product to our specifications, and we probably haven't breached the agreement. I think we should find out from the client what our spend is with the supplier and what the balance of trade is. Sadly, sometimes we have to leverage our business relationship with the supplier to convince them to pay us the indemnity dollars that they owe us under the contract.
You know, I agree. AT&T probably did not use the GPS for any intended purpose. We likely did not make any modifications, nor did we supply any specifications. But we'll need to confirm this with the business clients. But you know what? I don't see a way out for GPS Co. to deny they have an obligation to defend us here in the Eastern District of Texas.
Yeah. No, the indemnity clause clearly says that they owe us an indemnity when their product is implicated in infringement. That's their map database lookup service. Perhaps they owe us only a pro rata indemnification for the combination claim consisting of their service in combination with our voice recognition technology, but in any case, we still have to put them on notice.
You know what? Let's just make sure that GPS Co. is liable for a combination claim. I thought I just saw when I was reading, here it is. Supplier shall indemnify and hold harmless and defend the indemnified party for use of material and services in combination with products, systems, services, processes not furnished by supplier, but only to the extent that that combination related to a normal or reasonable anticipated use. But you know what? They would not be liable, Steve, for the entire amount. They're only going to be liable, as it states here again in the contract, for their proportionate share. And that proportionate share obligates the supplier to indemnify AT&T for its pro rata amount for any of AT&T or its customers' losses related to that claim. The pro rata portion is determined, here's the crux, on a fair and reasonable basis. That's based on the materiality of the supplier's product to the alleged infringing combination. So let's bring it back down to real life here. If we have a claim in the patent, and there's 4 elements, and GPS Co. only supplies the one element, they're only going to be liable for 25% of a judgment. So let's say, in theory, if it's a $100,000 claim, we could look to GPS Co. to pay us $25,000, 25%.
You're right, Susan. We do figure out proportionate share often with that simple arithmetic. However, in some cases, we look at the supplier's product and realize that it constitutes the novel, inventive features of the patented invention, and it would be fair for the supplier to owe even more than just a mathematical ratio of its product to the number of elements. We might say, in your example, the 1/4 element constitutes the bulk of the inventive concepts, such that we would say maybe they owe 50% or 75% of the liability. The main point is that we figure out proportionate share on an ad hoc basis, on a case-by-case basis when we're presented with a particular patent claim. We don't figure it out for the supplier. We work with the suppliers to negotiate on a fair and equitable basis.
That's right, Steve. There's no magic formula for determining proportionate share. I think, though, we should recap at this stage where we are with GPS Co. Okay, we have decided, and per the contract, they are liable for patent infringement indemnification to AT&T if their product is alleged to infringe directly or if their product is alleged to infringe in combination with an AT&T service. So if it is a combination claim, their product plus AT&T service, then they're liable for their proportionate share. No magic formula for that, but they are liable for a portion. Thank goodness, no carve-outs. So if the infringement claim goes up into the millions of dollars, they're still on the hook. And finally, no carve-outs we don't think are applicable, as discussed earlier.
Yeah, that sounds right. Well, don't forget those exclusions. I think we should look again to see with the clients whether we've modified the GPS product or whether the product was built to our specifications. But in the meantime, I'm going to prepare a letter putting the supplier on notice that about this lawsuit and request that they provide an infringement indemnification.
I think a quick call with the business clients, though, is needed to just confirm we're right. No modifications were done, no specifications provided. So let's do that.
Excuse me, Susan. This just came in via FedEx. It appears to be related to the complaint you were looking at. It is from Fleetco, Inc.
Thanks, Lori. Look at this, Steve. When it rains, it pours.
Wow, what is it? A customer indemnity demand notice? All right, let's take a look at it. It appears one of our business customers, Fleetco, has been accused of patent infringement by the same patent entity that sued us in the Eastern District of Texas for connected car. Fleetco says that it's been accused of infringing Claim 3 of the voice-activated navigation patent that we looked at earlier today. Now Fleetco's demanding that we defend and indemnify it against this infringement allegation. Okay, I remember the invention in Claim 3 of the patent required playing audio and displaying maps of the driving directions. AT&T didn't provide the navigation display or the sound system in the car.
Boy, Steve, I wish we were car manufacturers. Imagine the discount we'd get. You know what? Let me give a ring over to the ABS lawyer, see if we can get that contract.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But in the meantime, let's pull up our infringement indemnity template that we use with all of our ABS customers. Hopefully this contract with Fleetco hasn't been negotiated. See here, as usual, Section 7.1b states that AT&T is not obligated for third-party claims that are based on AT&T services in combination with other materials or services that AT&T did not provide.
So it appears AT&T has no duty to indemnify Fleetco. But to live up to our promise, our corporate motto, how can I help you? Let's see if we can help this customer out, Fleetco. If GPS Co. has an obligation to indemnify not only AT&T but its customers, let's press them for a defense and settlement that protects us and our customers, like Fleetco. This settlement should include any license to the connected car, but also our vendor services that actually use the vehicle audio and map display system. Let's see if we can take care of Fleetco.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to contact the patent litigators to see what we can do within reason. There might be a common interest agreement or a joint defense agreement that our customer could enter with GPS Co. But you know what? One more thing we should do is look at that supply agreement again with GPS Co. We want to confirm that AT&T's customers are indemnified by our supplier.
I have it right here. Going back to that Section 18 of the GPS Co. Master Service Agreement, here it is. Indemnified parties mean AT&T and its affiliates, as well as their agents, distributors, and customers, individually or collectively, as the case may be.
Good. This is a good example of why you need strong infringement indemnification language in supply agreements and customer-facing agreements. Hopefully our supplier can enter a settlement agreement that protects not only itself, AT&T, but also its customers.
So glad those long hours of negotiation paid off for AT&T. We fight the good fight. Okay, our work has only just begun, Steve. Let's start on those calls.
You got it.